Hello there, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of Koganaros, the Fortress by the Sea. Today, we will continue our bridge, which by now has become a monumental building all by itself already, but there's still so much work to do. So, first and foremostly, we need to fill up that corridor. I think we will make some progress in that. Got ourselves a new artifact, which is a family heirloom, so I'm not that interested in it. There's still a lot of ground to cover here, but I will focus for today and the upcoming episodes on that connection here. It's highly unrealistic, and I beg your forgiveness, because I do plan to do a couple of foundations on that thing, because it just hurts my brain to have no foundations on these. So well, I plan on doing something here by building ponton bridges below that monster here and then building up pillars. I don't know. Maybe I can build from above to below. I have a couple of ideas in mind that I will try out to give this beautiful thing a little bit more realism, because currently I'm very unhappy with how that would look at the end of the day. But all those things are in the making. But Dwarven engineering makes it possible to let that float in the sky, even without foundations. In the meantime, it would surely fall over in a couple of years if we wouldn't secure it, though. So, jokes aside, we will now go for some trading because our outpost liaison has arrived, and that means it's food time. So, food is one resource that I realize which isn't being produced in the numbers that I would feel well with. So, I can already see why. We have a lot of pigtail production, but we happen to have no quarry bushes. So quarry bushes are really good, and I think that's all that this fortress would need. Let's do these doubly, because then we should have all that is required. So quarry bushes need to be processed into bags. We don't have that job yet. So process plant to bag is the job that we require. We're going to do this like that, and in a couple of months we will have food to no end. So let's control the sword this. So cloth bag production is in there, so we don't need to worry about anything else there. Maybe I had this job already. Whatever. I don't know how the sorting is really working here, but it's okay. So I will continue with my tradition here. Let's assume I want. By trading and gifting items to the mountain home in the hope that this place has so much wealth that will attract estates around it, which would be so cool because then our civilization would spread onto the continent. This is, by the way, one of my favorite things about this game, that it allows you to build civilizations. You can really do wonderful things with Dwarf Fortress. So my gem bin isn't that full as it used to be. I think I should be digging for new stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, we are currently also producing a lot of blocks, but not much besides that. And I think this should be something we might be changing. Now, the bin is being transported on over here. Let's see, the trader has also unloaded his goods. I'm buying these bars. They never bring as many as I'd like them to, but, well, it is as it is, you know. We're gonna trade some gemstone for that. Of course, I accept your counter offer. No problem, my friend. And we're going to buy now. Well, yeah, we're going to buy all the meat stuff and everything in between. I do like to rely on my allies for food in this game to some degree, because it is really hard to produce that kind of variety on your own. All those different plants that you get offered here, it's not that easy to provide that by yourself. But I really need new gemstones. This coffer is not full enough anymore. Check it out. struggle in paying these guys. Alright, you guys. Okay, whatever. So, obviously, we do require some new gemstone digging. But luckily, there are a couple of things that I want to excavate anyway, so that comes very fitting. So let's order some bronze, some brass, some silver. Well, let's see. Don't know if I really want pewter. Let's pick up some black bronze as well. That's a nice color too. Here we go. It's gotta be costly, but you know, our buddies would be sad if we wouldn't do that, you know. So, a lot of magnetite. I mean, I don't need to rely on gemstone for my trade income. This is really just something that I happen to do quite often because I like it. We could generate income in various ways. For example, I must be drowning in cobaltite crafts by now. We could sell those too. So, Koganaros and the surrounding lands have been made a county. Alright, that's good. I think that's the next step of getting closer to being mountain home. And a new flood of people is coming in. Wonderful. So, since all caverns are extremely deep in this run, we also have a lot of space to just dig around and do whatever we please. This is a real big benefit of this fortress. I wouldn't have guessed it. You know, it's a very unexpected thing. Why are there goblin pots in here? Do I really want to know? So, we can mine as much as we want to, basically. That's the gist of it. We got so many options, it's wonderful. Speaking about these things, I somehow start to think about a statue. You know? There we go. The two goblins that we executed up here at the bridge. They are receiving their proper monuments now. Alright, this is starting to be a really, really brutal chore. But I do see one good thing. Unhappiness inside the fortress is almost non-present. We are one of the happiest fortresses that we might know of. It's beautiful. So, I do notice something. I wanted to make a seed bank here. Totally forgot. Jeez. Those little things. It's not good for us. So, this place will take from here. Because if I remember correctly, this stockpile has also seeds in it, and we're going to forbid seeds from this stockpile. That should help. Okay, so let's have a look at the city for a moment. Beautiful, isn't it? I really like this place by now. So I figured that our royal engraver, you know, that one engraver which we got, the talented one, shall have a new series of tasks. I want to engrave the majority of my apartments now. This is a neat little trick that does two things. First off, it makes the people really happy living in these apartment blocks, and also it gives your engraver a lot of experience that he can bring in for the really important tasks, like the king's or queen's suit and all those jobs where it really matters that the engravings are of the most exquisite quality. So here we have an artwork about our militia commander. I love that. My favorite is to make these artworks over the course of the build-up time of my fortress. You know, don't apply them all at once, because then your art will repeat all over again, because it's just the same history that they document there. But if you wait a while and then apply some artworks to that block, then some artworks to that block. This way you will create a ongoing history of your fortress. I really like that. Okay, so the ongoing history of this gabbro-eating monster. Well, you see, they are working day and night. So cool. I love this. This thing is a factory. Maybe not the most efficient one, but it's my factory. So, the killing of a goblin in the year 100. Sure. So, sure, a lot of goblin killing art here. The cool thing is this guy is by now talented enough that basically every one of his artworks is depicting some piece of history. I love that. It's one of my favorite things about this game, to see the history of your fortress everywhere. This is so cool. Because it does remind me of the things that I've experienced with that fortress. And if you've been playing a fortress long enough, it gives you that warm, fuzzy, nostalgic feeling after a while. I really did. I really like that. So, speaking about things that I like, it is time to go for some new flooring. We need that. So, you know, I need to use up those nice blocks, so I have a excuse to craft me some new of them. Alright. So, I really underestimated the how long it drags to build all that. Especially that part now, that long piece of floor. We thought we would be done with that in no time, but actually, it's dragging on like a piece of chewing gum that's been left too long in the sun. It's really surprising to me. But, well, it is as it is. I mean, maybe I need to amp up the amount of gabbro stonecutters. Maybe we don't have enough of these. But while I'm waiting, I wanted to do something else cool here. So we're going to create here 2 ramps. So these are top priority now. These ramps here will give us access to the wall segment there. And then we're going to construct a piece of floor here, just like that. Very important for me now is that I put at least one piece of wall here, just like that. Okay, so that's a bit of an orientation thing. So, what's this going to be? This is basically going to be our scaffolding for this part of the wall. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, because we now need to pull up that wall here. You know, we got no walls whatsoever around that. While I don't want to make the walls of the bridge here stupidly high, I think they should be a tad bit higher than just one Z level. That's just not enough. So we're going to put these ramps here, so my dwarfs can run all along on these. And the scaffolding here will contain staircases, allowing me to go as high up as I need to get the job done here. So that's the basic idea. I've been doing quite some thinking about this problem between the episodes, because I wasn't pleased about the fact that it looked really complicated to get the job done. But as a matter of fact, the solution should work really well. So, alright, we got the statues of these goblins here decorating these holes. Really like that. So tell you what, we're going to make this a little bit more fancy now. Let's make that real fancy though, because this is the show-off part of our fortress. So we're going to make stupid things now. So I'm gonna be ordering a gold hatch cover twice. You might already foresee what I'm doing here. So, you know, it's pretty much without style and against my safety regulations to have this place going on like that, you know? People might fall in there what might happen. So we're going to put levers in front of these. And of course we're going to use golden hatch covers, something with proper dignity and style. I'm really enjoying this fortress, if you haven't already noticed. But on the other hand, I'm not enjoying this part here. This is just a nightmare. Alright, let's leave that nightmare to itself and check on out how we can fill our rock salt pockets properly. I mean, there's so much metal here. This is crazy. We got so much magnetite. Ah, well. It's for sure for me the very last world that I have created with these mineral settings, and these are, funnily enough, actually not the rarest settings. There's one. It's the one level before the lowest setting, and I still feel like I'm finding way too many metals for my taste. Anyway, I actually don't want to mope about that. I'm quite happy about the amount of minerals and metals that we got here, but it doesn't feel like scarcity at all, like the description made me believe when I wrote that. Anyways, so here I'm gonna carve out a little bit more of that, because I do already know that we need more rock salt for the construction of this fortress anyways. And we need some more of that stuff too. Ah, Morion. Well, these are low value gemstones, but at least they are gemstones. I really want to find some new stuff before we meet the next caravan. Feeling not too happy with my current amount of gemstone. When I was looking into my coffers there, I wasn't too happy. They're empty Eurist. So, let's dig out some more. So, the Gabbro pit. Jeez, this fortress did already eat up a lot of stone, didn't it? Check this out. We almost emptied these levels. Wow. This is crazy. I didn't expect that. So let's see how far we can go here. I bet not far at all. I bet not far at all. But I also want to make sure that my stockpiles are lasting. But I don't need to worry too much, because we got still a lot of Gabbro on another layer. So even if the Gabbro on this layer would go would run out a bit, we'd be still totally okay here. Okay, so the scaffolding isn't getting done. I mean, I could order it to be a higher priority now, but I don't want to. I'm enjoying the peaceful days of Koganaros here, while this bridge is being built, meter by meter. I mean, basically, the smartest thing I could do would be to stop issuing all these construction orders and just wait a while until I have produced a couple of 100 Gabbro blocks, store them up here at the bridge, and then start building. That would make the whole construction thing go away much, much faster, but, well, whatever. Overall, we've came quite a long way here, gotta say. Yikes. There's a tree in the yard. Okay, so let's see if these gold hatch covers have been finished. Yep. There we go. So, such a peaceful episode today. It makes me weary. Makes me kind of weary. So as you see here, work is going on very, very slow when you just have one engraver. But the funny part about it is, this engraver will be, at the end of this entire of his career go legendary, and once that guy is legendary, he'll be engraving in a speed. It's ridiculous. They can be so fast. Okay. Yeah, I'm finding now the limits of my Gabbro pit. But I gotta say, it's deeper into that direction than I thought. Cool stuff. Alright, here we are hitting our borders again. I love mining in this game. Mining is such a fulfilling task. A hill titan with webs. You remember what I said about monsters with webs? You remember what I said about weariness? Oh dear. This will be probably the demise of this entire fortress. This thing is deadly. So first up, we will assign everybody to the burrow. I really got no clue what we're supposed to do. So what's this thing made out of? Crystal glass. Okay, well, the only thing I can do is attack it and pray to Armok that it doesn't eat everybody being sent at him. Alright, so what looked here like just a quick flinch of the blade was probably one of the worst combats this place has ever seen. So we've lost from our first squad 2 people. From this squad 4 people. Alright, but the beast has been felled. The problem about web spitters is, well, we can check out the battle log so you can see it. A web spitter is a very, very nasty guy because he can just... Let's see. Here, the Hill Titan shoots out thick strands of webbing, and then you just can't kill them right away. The problem about webbing is the moment somebody is webbed, he's prone to the deadliest of attacks. And just they are, yeah, here, he's just decapitating his enemies. And that's just the thing. But if you outnumber them, you will at some point reach a moment where the monster is not capable of spitting webs for long enough that your powerful melee dudes will whack it long enough until it knocks over prone. So this has been a horrible incident for Koganaros. This is really, 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 really bad news. So we have a new tomb to dig, and most importantly, we have a lot of new soldiers to assign here. So disaster struck right on cue. I gotta say, this was a moment after I said that it's a peaceful day, and I was wondering what we would be doing and all. Well, so much about that, eh? But, well, I am happy that we were able to kill that thing before it was going rampant in the fortress, you know? So, everybody grabs some equip. So here, we don't have enough shields assigned here. So I've been a little bit too slow or not diligent enough with my military, and now I want to redo that. So we need a proper monument to these heroes. So first off, I want to finish that equipment thing, because it bothers me that they don't have proper gear assigned, you know. And then we gotta think about where the burial spot for that thing is. Statues have to be planned. Oh dear. What a horrible day for Koganaros. What a glorious day for our soldiers who were able to fend off that beast. You know? So we need 6 graves in total, and a place for these to be at. So, well, there's the Dragon's Monument. Probably we just put a Hall of Heroes up here, huh? Let's see. Yeah, we'll do this right here. Or... nah. I just have a bad feeling about burying dwarves not under the earth, you know. So we're going to make a proper tomb in here. That's what we're going to do. So it's the map's border again. So I need to recheck on my mayor, because I think the re-election of the mayor has led to a couple of changes that need me to reassign the apartment there. Okay, so far so good. That little thing will be dug out soon, and yeah, our mayor is not assigned to his apartments, just like I thought. Oof, what a nightmare. So, let's quickly assign these to the mayor. So that problem has been resolved. Oh, the Count is not happy with his abode anymore. Dang. We need to... oh, the Countess, I'm sorry. To take care of that as well. So many tasks all at once. Jeez. Feeling overwhelmed here. Oof. Alright. Let's issue a couple of statues for this monster. Famime Apothithu. Jeez, those names. So, we're gonna make iron statues for that. Personally like iron statues for the baddies. Famime Apothithu. Peddled snarls the oaken. Associated with rivers, plants, nature, and animals. So, must I now be afraid that nature hates me and it sent its avatar against me? It'll be fine. Alright, so our friends here will get to that task when they are when they find time for that. I have issued quite a lot of mining tasks before I issued the digging of the Heroes Monument. But it doesn't matter that much. It does take a while before dwarves are rising from the dead because they weren't buried for too long. But this is a really harsh blow for the economy. Oh yeah, and I need to unpause the burrow. Duh. I hate it when I forget that. But in all honesty, I've been in shock here, so that's okay. These titans, they are among the worst enemies that you can face on the surface world. They are among the biggest baddies that are out there. So I'm absolutely relieved that my soldiers were capable of just fighting that beast back. You know, it could have been so much worse in terms of what could have happened, so... Well, let's sit back, take a big breath, and I'm happy that the fortress has survived. The military has beaten back this invasion. We gotta make some low boots, and all in all, we are through the worst. You know, we are able to get ourselves through that, and now what remains is to build up from that, build a new monument, and make sure that we supply the count with a proper domain. So that will be what we're going to do next episode. So thank you so much for watching. This has been quite a spooky ending. I didn't expect it to be that dramatic, but you know, we survived. That monster didn't, so I'm cool with it. See you guys next time. A thumbs up or a subscription would be welcome. Consider checking out Patreon, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. They are the best ways and means to support this channel. A big thanks to all of you who already do. And most of all, thanks to everybody watching these videos to the bitter end, because that's extremely helpful and extremely nice of you. So, see you next time, and bye-bye.